Morning. It's Friday the 28th, another patron update. So this week I'm going to be prepping for a game session that will start off on Sunday evening with some protagonists, some players playing characters that are protagonists, antagonizing the great villain of the campaign, giving meaning to the word antagonist by repeatedly going back to his lair when he's not there and screwing with his stuff and stealing his slaves. So that'll be fun, and I'm sure nothing will go wrong. That will be followed. So that'll be the Sunday session, and then Monday we'll see what the main party does. Sundays I kind of have a less formal prep slash minor adventure. At least that's the plan. But sometimes things get a little more serious, and I'm sure I'll be able to mine some of that for some good flash fiction. I've had some pushback on the length of my flash fiction, and it's been called a short story. Although I still think of it as flash fiction because I don't think of it as a complete tale. But I'm straddling that line, so I may refer to some of the work as short stories, like the last piece that went on a bit long. Bjorn was rambling to the children of Badgertown, telling stories, and I may come back to that. He perhaps told some of the things in a way that wasn't favorable to some of the other characters. Like Jacob might want to retell the battle with the Rusty Lord from his perspective, where he is more accurately heroic in the ridiculous situation that happened in the game session, which was too crazy to be believed, even as fiction. I'm also playing an old game that I like to play, a computer game called EVE Online, and I've been thinking for a while of doing something like that. It doesn't quite work as flash fiction just because it's you're flying around in a spaceship against thousands of other people, mass multiplayer game, and it doesn't quite sit right to do it as straight up fiction from within that perspective. I might do like but it's still an interesting experience to try to express. Maybe just a straight up kind of journal. So I might play around with that. Of course, I need to work on Valkyrie of Desire. I'm going to try to dive deep this weekend and this week, and I just released chapter 14 draft for patrons. I think I'll try to dive deep for, and we're getting into Act 2. I'm enjoying the feedback that I'm getting with Hildur, the main character, being good relative to the other characters. So if you shade the whole world dark, then anyone who is less dark comes out like a bright light. So that's kind of the main character. She's not a particularly good person, but it's relative. So I like that, playing around with that painting of a story. And I'm not sure what my next article will be. I'll give it some thought. I do like going on about kind of the cultural shift with gaming, and how I like just the freedom, pushing back against some of the, lack of a better phrase, political correctness. Just pushing back a little, just to have that creative freedom that I remember, and as long as you have rapport with the people you're with, trusting each other, that we have our best intentions, and we're just having fun, and a little bit of banter, a little bit of teasing, just makes life bearable. And I will speak to you again next week.